Continuing our adventure from last time, our adventurers met together as all previous comrades of one Ispin Greenshield, attending his funeral in the village of Vogler. After a farewell send-off and a celebration of life at the Brass Crab, they spent the night and aroused the next morning to join in the Kingfisher Festival, where they partook of games and food. They went on to the main event, the reenactment battle, the Battle of High Hill. The townsfolk were excited, and it was going to be a grand day. However, things took a turn for the worse, as it would seem the mercenary company that volunteered to partake had been paid off to actually kill the villagers and sack the village. The adventurers helped defend against them, and managed to cause them to break and flee, but not before the militia was utterly decimated. They returned licking their wounds, and wishing to find out what could cause this, they interrogated one captured prisoner. Learning about their leader's betrayal and planned payment from a strange third party, they sought to find out about this third party, learning of an army not too far from the village of Vogler. What do you do now?
Well, myself, Mizunaki, and Griffle are still watching the camp.
That is true.
And I believe the other ones had just wrapped up at the mercenary camp.
That they had. Well, what time would you leave your surveillance scouting mission?
I believe we had agreed on dawn. Or just a little before dawn.
So probably around like 4 a.m. you'd head back?
Yeah, before the day kind of starts breaking.
If you choose to do this, you will take a level of exhaustion, for spending the entire night, after spending the entire day and having a battle, doing that kind of stuff.
Well, one of us can sleep fully. The remains watch, the other one takes into the other ship.
So you're going to take shifts keeping a watch, trying to watch the camp?
I think it would be better unless you want the exhaustion instead of risking anything else, yeah.
Probably would have been it's much smarter to probably do it in shifts.
So who will be taking what shift, and how long will your shifts be?
Well, we need a total of 8 hours to not be exhausted.
Well, you need a total of... There's no way you're getting a total of 8 hours if you're leaving as early as you are, because it's already too late.
Yeah, because we had gotten there, what, about midnight?
Oh no, earlier than that. It was like between 9 and 10.
Okay.
So if you want to get 8 hours, you're
Yeah,
not leaving at dawn.
That'd be like
Before
6,
dawn.
7 o'clock.
I would say that you can avoid the exhaustion, but you won't get a long rest.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
So we already leveled up,
Yeah,
which we said everything.
I suppose that's true.
Oh, shit.
Well, no, you were supposed to get that level up. That is supposed to happen there.
Okay. Well, let's do what we can to avoid exhausting ourselves, I suppose.
In the best interest for us, I'm sure.
Are you involving Griffle in your conversation? He is there with you.
He is here, yes.
Yes.
Just tell me what you want me to do.
So how long do we want to do the one? Just then?
Well, assume it is 10 o'clock at night.
Then we want to leave at 4? That'd be 3 shifts of 2 hours.
Yeah, that would. So how do we want to divide them up?
I'll take first watch.
Paper Goblin.
Would you like to go second or third, Griffle? For watching the enemy camp while we get some nap time.
Tell me when you want me to go.
Alright, we'll have him go second. And I'll take the last.
Alright. In that case, the first person we make their perception.
Yeah.
Well, you don't see anything. Eventually your shift ends. Moves on to Griffle.
First, we're gonna see if I actually stay awake. I think I stay awake.
Yeah. You watch, you see the patrols on their regular paths, but you've made sure to camp out of their way, so nothing ever comes near you. Eventually you wake up. Nobura.
It's your turn. Ooh, nice one.
And he is very vigilant, watching, making sure that nothing ever approaches, and nothing ever does. Eventually you realize that it is growing close to morning, that any moment now, the first rays of sunlight will begin to peak over the horizon. And you leave. The rest of you, who made it back to Vogler some time ago, what did you do once you made it back to Vogler?
We're gonna go. First step would be to go to the mayor, I believe.
She is currently still at the Brass Crab.
I thought we had this conversation already. They made
No,
it
we
back.
had the conversation
You went
with
to the mercenary camp.
with
Oh, okay, not all the way back to the village.
what was the mayor's name again?
Mayor Raven.
Mayor Raven. Yeah, we head to the brass cab, walk up there. Mayor Raven, we have some news, and it's not particularly good.
Oh, we did have this conversation because we told her there were lots of them, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, there are."
No,
That was
the mayor.
with the
You told that to Cudgel
Militia.
Iron Smile at the
yeah.
mercenary camp.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's what I was remembering too. Yeah.
Does she?
But, you tell her that, and she tells you that it's very concerning news. Not the news I wanted to hear. I think we need to sleep on this, and we'll have a meeting first thing in the morning. Hopefully by then, Cudgel will be back, and I plan to invite our protector, Becklin. She would have the most information on what to do with this.
All right.
So she tells you can go back to your rooms, and you'll be summoned. Some of you, at least, get a good night's sleep on a bed. Meanwhile, the rest of you report back to the town. And as you get there, it is dawn, early morning. Quite possibly around the time the rest of you would be getting up, being asked to report to the Brass Crab. As you all get there, Cudgel and Becklin are also already there. And they essentially want a proper report. Becklin specifically states, I want to know more about the disposition of this force. I'm aware Vogler is not able to defend itself, especially not against anything that size. The militia was never meant to do anything other than keep bandits out. And with the current state of the militia, we're definitely not putting up much of a fight.
Would I have been able to get a rough count of the tents?
You would have gotten an estimation.
So yeah, I would definitely have gotten the estimation to them. A little bit more accurate than thousands.
I mean, you don't know how many people are assigned to a tent, but there were hundreds of tents. So, I mean, 500 tents, 2 people to a tent, that's already 1,000. If they're
Do they have
4-person
stables?
tents,
Well,
2,000.
if they're military tents, they could possibly house up to 4 or 5 too.
Exactly. So you don't know how
So-
many are there per tent, and
Yeah.
there are hundreds of tents.
So, yeah.
Well over, you would guess between 600 and 800 tents.
So yeah, it's definitely not a normal force.
There were
Hmm.
lots of horses.
Lots of horses. Okay.
Yes, full cavalry units. Like cavalry units that you would expect like I said, a proper army to bring about. We're not talking about, Lord Roderick and his 9 friends who went out to battle. And that was considered the grand battle of the day. No, this is an entire unit of light cavalry, an entire unit of heavy cavalry, and an entire unit of skirmisher cavalry. But yes, they want to know more information. Well, Becklin wants to know more information, and Cudgel will also point out that I have double checked. My remaining troops are loyal to me, as this group can vouch for. They saw us there. And I did send out a few more scouts. We can most certainly verify that information. Mayor Raven immediately tells you, I think our best option is to draft a letter to the commander of the camp declaring our neutrality in all conflicts.
And I don't think that's gonna work.
Why not? They have no reason to attack. We're just a random fishing village. If they have an issue, if they wish to declare war on Solamnia, there's no reason to come after Vogler.
Unless they
Sam.
simply wish to wipe it out.
Sam, it's an army. They need resources. Tell them these things. Ah,
You see
No.
Becklin. Becklin kind of puts her hand up to her chin and thought, I'd heard that there were rumors of armies in the east. I didn't think they'd be this close or that they would be coming this direction. And honestly, I was hoping they were just rumors. But I think we should expect the worst.
also tell them of the strange creatures we were attacked on the road by and what they were doing. We heard them say like we've been had or found out or whatever. And they were looting. They can't understand me. I have to talk to Sam.
So basically, you could just say your piece, and my character will essentially have translated that. Okay. Easy, right? Yeah.
Sure. Although I prefer you translating.
I hate you.
Either way, you have the complete support of the Ironclad Regiment. I'd prefer a peaceful response, obviously, but you have the backing of my spears. At some point, you hear the doors to the Brass Crab open, and you recognize Lord Baccharis walk in. Well, what is going on here? There's obviously an important meeting. We're having the leaders of the village here. Tell me, what important meeting is there that you haven't involved me in?
Was he not? Were you not at the hill?
Oh, I saw it.
So
Terrible thing. Bloody awful. But, nonetheless, what are we doing? Trying to draft up new people for the militia, I assume? Are we demanding payment from the mercenaries? As he kind of looks down his nose at Cudgel.
Don't cheat at him.
I will stand for any of that. This is a proper and official meeting. In fact, why are you lot even here? You're just travelers.
Don't cheat at
I
him.
mean, if it is a proper and official meeting, if you were not invited, why? Are
Exactly.
You here?
This is very upsetting. Very unprofessional of you. And he wags his finger at the mayor.
We had information for the mayor involving.
And what would that information be? Obviously, I need to be included.
I look at the mayor.
That your city's most likely to be destroyed by reptilian creatures and others.
I hate that our party is
Poppycock!
trying to be snarky more than they are trying to be helpful.
You believe these idiots? Reptilian creatures. Honestly, man, what is going on? There's an army not camped too far away. And we're trying to figure out what to do about it. An army? Friendly, I assume. Why would there be any hostile armies in these parts?
Well, because we have the proof linking, or not? Because our prisoner told them about their connection between the incident at the hill to the army out there.
How do you know he wasn't lying?
Because the
I guess
information
so.
he gave us checked out.
Maybe he was trying to play off facts he knew to make a more convincing story. If you ask me, we should just send a delegate out to the nearby city of Kalaman and find out what they're sending their troops out here for.
And that's why we're not asking you.
Unless you are volunteering for the job.
Me? A messenger? I'm a noble. I would never do such lowly work.
You
If anything,
could
what do
probably,
you should?
however, pay to sponsor someone.
I suppose I could, but I believe that would be more the mayor's job. Would it not, Mayor Raven? The mayor just kind of sighs. I suppose we could go and send a messenger. I mean, do any of you want to volunteer to head to Kalaman and find out if, for some reason, this is their army? Was it flying the flags of Kalaman? Or any Solomonic heraldry at all, do you know?
Did it fly any flags, Joe?
You didn't see any. It was
I was gonna
dark.
say it
I
looked mostly like a rag, or not a rag tag, but unheralded tents.
Well, you just couldn't see anything very well. You didn't, like, go down close enough to really look. So what exactly is our plan? Above all else, I want to keep our village uninvolved. Do any of you have any good suggestions?
Well, first and foremost, you're probably going to want a place to put people in case things do go south.
I mean, that does seem like a good idea. We could probably figure out where the safest places in town are to hold up, I guess. I mean, the keep can't hold everyone. And she looks at Becklin, and Becklin shakes her head.
I'll be right back.
I mean, I guess technically, between the brass crab, the manor house that I've been assigned, there's maybe a handful of warehouses and such. Do any of you have any other input? As I stated, this is not my forte. I'm a political leader of a town at peace. I'm not certain what to do against an army.
I mean, anytime there's an army attack that I see, I just leave.
This is our
I
home.
don't want
We
to be
can't just-
involved. I mean, this is not my home, so I might just leave.
Well, not all of us are so lucky, and if at all possible, I'd like your help in... If nothing
Well,
else, like I said,
I can help you leave.
not in leaving.
You have absolutely no idea why these people could be attacking.
They haven't attacked yet, and I don't want to believe they will. Are you back, Mizunaki?
Yeah, I'm back. Has anyone explained to him about the attack on the road that we suffered?
Yes, Noboru mentioned it. The reptilian creatures, and that was when Lord Bakar said he thinks it's ridiculous.
Okay.
We should have brought the heads.
I mean, you could try to send a delegate out to the army, but
The doors suddenly burst open, and one of the villagers calls out, "Mayor, there's a messenger at the gate. They wish to speak to the leader of the village."
that was quick.
We'll back you up, obviously, if you would wish it.
I would very much like that, especially considering our lack of militia. When you arrive at the gate, beneath the carvings of leaping fish etched into Vogler's entry, a human in black and red scale sits astride an armored warhorse. She holds a rolled parchment and calls out, "Who among you speaks for the village?" The mayor eventually steps forward and says, "I do." And as she takes the letter, she reads it aloud. "People of Vogler, by the orders of Belefeon, the voice of Takisis, you will quarter the soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon army this night. Refuse and die. This is the will of the Dragon Queen."
Ring any bells, Mayor?
No. But you may make a religion check. You know that Takisis is one of the gods of the Dark Pantheon. One of the evil gods. And you actually recognize a spiral symbol on the rider's armor as the symbol of Takisis.
Could you just reread the message to me one more time?
People of Vogler, by the orders of Belefeon, the voice of Takisis, you will quarter the soldiers of the invincible Red Dragon army this night. Refuse this and die. This is the will of the Dragon Queen.
Are the red, or the people they're asking us to round up, are they even here?
No.
Asking us, the town, to let the soldiers sleep, eat,
Oh.
and stuff
Whatever
in the
they
town.
want.
Basically, rest in the town. Which,
They wish to
causes-
occupy this town.
yeah.
That's not a good idea. But
The
then again,
rider-
we have no way of saying no.
The rider then demands that the village prepare to be occupied by this evening. In the meantime, none may leave the village.
So how many boats you got?
I wouldn't be talking about this in front of the enemy.
Oh, okay, obviously.
Are you Yeah, I was gonna say, are you saying that in front of the rider?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, asking the rider how many boats they got.
Well, the mayor just folds up, rolls back up the parchment, and begins to walk back towards the brass crab.
Say Red Dragon?
Obviously, it's a name they've picked to try and intimidate people. Everybody knows dragons aren't around anymore. But once you get back to the brass crab, she slams her fist on the table and tosses aside the message. I don't see any other option than to do as they demand. We have to welcome their army.
Do you not have any other nearby allies or resources, anything?
Beck looks over. The nearest allies are the city of Kalaman. Even so, it would take them time to muster their army and march here. They wouldn't be here by the evening.
But
And Cudgel immediately is like, I'll not stand for this. I've seen the horrors of an occupying force. They will not simply bed here. They probably plan to pillage. Like I said, you have the backing of my spears for all the good that'll do.
Does anyone here know how to make explosives?
A fishing village even have the materials for such a thing.
Probably not.
I mean, they got oils and stuff. You can make, fire bombs basically that'll spread.
Oh, wait till all the troops bed, and then we'll burn the village down on top of it.
It's a horrible idea.
But first, we gotta loot it. We gotta loot the whole village before we burn it down.
You both are frightening.
Not being serious. Lawful neutral, remember.
I know.
How many men can we gather for defense, even?
I still have at least 50 men-at-arms. Like I said, we can do our best to try and hold. But, Becklin just looks over. Nowhere near enough. There's no way that we're going to be able to hold an army back, especially not if they have the numbers that you are suggesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best option, but we, this group here, could, if wanting to, go to Kalaman, let them know of what's happening here, and try to bring back reinforcements.
And by the time they get here, the village will be burned and pillaged. If what Cudgel
Hopefully
suggests,
some of you will survive.
I said, don't. Like I said,
Everyone will die.
I should leave.
that doesn't say that.
At least it's a plan other than just surrendering and dying in vain.
I mean, some of us.
When you suggest that, Becklin nods. I believe that our only answer is to evacuate the town. This is an unstoppable army as far as we're concerned. I
What a
believe
vote.
from the other rumors I've heard, if those rumors are true, then this is but a splinter of the much greater force. I've lived here for years. The people here are not soldiers, Mayor. We'd need weeks of training and 100 more professional soldiers to even stand a chance. Eventually, the mayor, though she doesn't seem to want to admit it, agrees with Becklin and Griffel. It's going to take all day. But we'll need to gather everyone and get them out of here. And Cudgel raises her hand. I can buy you some time, like I said. I can position my troops out on the edge of the city to make sure that they at least have to face someone before they come in. Maybe it'll make them a little hesitant and thinking it won't be that easy. But I won't be able to do it without trying to sneak past the rider at the gate.
Does anyone know sleep?
No.
I mean, I have command. Wouldn't command do it?
No, because she'd
Depending on
still be
what they-
aware of what's going on.
I mean, you would get 6 seconds of her doing something specific.
Well, what if you... Because, I mean, you don't have to do that. You mean you could say sleep?
That's not how command works.
Or just kind of distract or forget, or you know.
That's also not how command works. Command can't force someone to... It can't alter a memory.
Well, then it can at least distract, like if you say, look over there.
It's only one word.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what I mean. Look.
But it's also only for 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And she's a dwarf. She has short legs.
And how many of us do we need to get past?
It's just someone so that I can go organize my troops. Because they said no one's allowed to leave the village, and they're not going to take kindly if I go out and get a military force to bring back.
What if...
Well, I believe I can help you with that.
Help? How so?
Using my key to make us pass without trace.
Well, if you can help me get to my camp, then I can organize a better defense. And the mayor looks down. Meanwhile, the rest of you should help me inform the villagers. Get everyone in the town's, the village circle. We also need to determine, I'd assume that our best course of action would be to follow the river down to Kalaman. So we will need to determine roughly how many villagers our various ships and boats can carry.
Yeah.
And above all else, we will need to prevent a panic from breaking out. So, if you, and she nods at Nobuto, want to take Cudgel out, the rest of you can help me get things organized here. You've also noticed that Lord Bakaris has slowly been edging away and trying to sneak out of the building.
And where do you
And
think
where
you're
are you going?
Obviously, I'm going to go and get things organized, as the mayor stated.
Yes, you're gonna go home and find all your gold, put it in a nice bag, and bring it with you, aren't you?
I will do what is necessary to make sure that the best things are taken care of for the village.
Right.
Only that.
Right.
Everyone, roll your insight.
Would you like some help?
No need. As the mayor has stated, you are needed elsewhere, doing other things.
Oh, but I believe Griffel could definitely assist you. He is a
Oh,
very helpful person.
No, as I said, you need to help with the villagers. We need to gather them all and get ready to make away.
Or we could have Mizunaki assist you.
Do you think we're dumb?
What does our insight tell us, Joe?
That he's very clearly, scared of the current situation and wants to get out. But
So
he's probably... He is probably a little selfish and wants to make sure he's the first one on the boat and can probably get as much of his own treasures onto a boat as possible.
Well, let us leave this
one boat.
petty man to himself, and we will get the rest of the villagers rounded up to let them know of what is happening.
We should lock him up in a closet somewhere until that happens.
God, Jesus Christ!
Are
Just
you
leave
good?
it
Is your alignment good?
What I'm doing is not evil.
It's not lawful good either.
Yeah.
You're going to lock somebody up because they want to escape from a war zone?
We will just make sure that everybody is only bringing the bare necessity.
Just remember, women and children first.
They can bring what they can carry.
Up to this
I mean, yeah, people can bring what they can carry.
But not if it takes too much space on a boat to allow nobody else to get on.
Then, if that's true, then they're not carrying it, obviously.
If it's small, it's with a backpack.
Yeah, and people can fit on a boat if you're carrying a backpack.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Backpack of stuff, the bare
No,
necessities.
Tyler, I don't think you understand what you had said.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's go.
All right. Well, eventually, Nobuto, use your ability,
Gives plus 10 to stealth check.
then make a stealth check.
And it's plus 10 to the stealth, and it can't be checked except by magical means. And we leave no tracks behind at all.
Right.
Far.
So 24 for me. And we're veiled in
Oh, dang it.
shadows.
Stupid auto advantage.
Shadows and silence.
Let's try that again. Also 24. So with that, as you sneak out of the village, you see that there's a handful of troops that were actually stationed up at the top on the cliff overlooking the gate. But they do not notice you and Cudgel as you make up the road towards her camp.
And this does last for an hour, as long as I concentrate.
Is it just one person, or can more people go?
It was basically anybody within 30 feet of me.
Alright, then... If that is the case...
It's that ranger
Back to it.
ability I used when I first played D&D.
Yep. Nonetheless, the rest of you help the mayor, gathering people, telling them that there is a meeting in the village circle And eventually, it looks like the entire populace is now gathered as the mayor steps back up onto the platform that they were using just the day before for the festival. Colorful Kingfisher festival decorations still cover the village circle and the festival stage. Unlike the day before, the people collected in the center are somber, muttering in worried tones as Mayor Raven steps forward. She doesn't mince words. A dangerous army is headed for Vogler. The Ironclad Regiment will do what it can to defend, but we must be ready to flee. Following the mayor's report, the locals stand in stunned silence. Then their questions come in a wave of shouting, anger, and fear. After heading up the road an hour, Nobudo, you reach where the mercenaries are. Cudgel immediately takes command, and Becklin tells you that you should get back to the town and regroup with the rest of the party and help make evacuations. She assumes that you can get back safely on your own.
Becklin or Cudgel said this?
Becklin says that.
Didn't know Becklin came with us.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh.
That's why I was asking if more people could come. But, right before that, she does tell you one other thing. She asks that there's something in her keep, in her room, a large wooden box. I want you to give it to Derek once the evacuation is completed. If you could please, at least, promise that you will at least attempt to get that for me.
No promise.
Thank you. I wish you best of luck. She bids you farewell. I will just need you to make another stealth check to get back to town.
Now watch. It's gonna be that legendary -1.
That one?
Yep.
Oh.
Oh.
Nope. You do fine. You sneak right past them again. But in the meantime, while that was happening, what do the rest of you do about the crowd that is frightened and scared and angry and about to panic?
I throw cheese at them. The rest of the cheese at
Not
attack.
happening.
And if I was here to help.
I do nothing because no one can translate for me.
No, you should give an inspiring speech.
I confuse the crowd with
He say?
Well,
I do try to like raise my voice and convince everyone to that this isn't helping. The only way that we can all get out of this safely is if we stay calm, work together, and take only what we need. And pray to the gods for safety, and just make a
you may make
help
a
each other.
persuasion make a
Tell 'em-
persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, good say. Tell him something like. Alright, well. Tell him
Well-
something like. Vogler is its people, not its buildings.
Well, between you and the mayor, after about
Am I
20
leaving this
minutes,
behind?
the crowd is placated at the very least enough to start making evacuation preparations. And after another half hour, Nobudo arrives back in the town.
I will keep my promise and head directly to the keep.
You go to the keep, it is unlocked, and you go to what is obviously her bedroom, and there is like I said, a large box underneath the bed.
Wait, is this essentially the only actual entrance to the village?
I mean, unless you're willing to come down the cliffside.
Yeah. We should have asked if the catapult, trebuchet we saw on top of the castle was functional.
Well,
Someone ask the
Becklin's
mayor
not-
now.
No, that's Becklin's castle, and she's the only one who knows anything about it.
Damn it! Could have used it to collapse the gate. Buy us more time.
I mean, I think it would be a smart idea to barricade the gate with whatever we can, carts.
Pretty sure they would see us doing that.
Yeah,
Okay.
considering there's.
They said we
a lot-
couldn't leave. We're
They
not
did.
leaving.
And if you to an invading army, you barricade something, that means you're willing to fight. So they're gonna advance upon the town before
Yeah.
everybody's even got time.
Yeah, these soldiers have common sense. They can see if you're
Yeah.
trying to resist.
But this is war.
But after another hour after the meeting, eventually, one of the villagers finds the mayor, and she gathers the party again. And she says, "I have less than good news. We have enough transport for 200 people. We have 400 residents.
And this is a river we're on, right?
Yes, it's a river.
I'm assuming it's a large river too. based on
Yes.
The fact they've got a war.
It's a big, deep river.
So no swimming across. It's probably like the English Channel. Though you can swim across that.
You can swim across the English Channel, but it's unless you were like, an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah, that takes training.
Also, remember there are 8-foot big carts in there.
So let's do something like the Chinese did. Strap some boards together, chain them to our workable boats, and lead them down the river together.
Any kind of barrels.
You suggest that?
I tell no for
Well, he can't.
Any kind of barrels we can, strap together to make.
Would I have rejoined with them by that
Raft.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would relay that option.
Then anyone who wishes to may make a survival check to try and figure out how to essentially build a boat platform.
I will try.
My best.
Alright.
Of all the people,
No, I'm never gonna bring you down.
Goblin.
Behold, the flat
Well-
knowledge of survival.
Hey, goblins are good at making things.
Druval and Krot are pretty good with rope and figure out a way to corral a floating mass of logs as well as some of the larger rafts that aren't meant for sailing, and essentially rig them up to a couple of the smaller boats. And this will be able to hold another at least 100 villagers.
Okay.
But it will take 3 hours to complete. The villagers set to work on it.
And I will help them.
That still doesn't get us enough to get everyone out of here. We need more.
But is everyone willing to leave?
It doesn't matter. We'll do our best to convince them all. I don't think people want to try and stay here for what might happen. And at this point, we've already chosen to resist. The mercenaries are blocking the path. They're not going to take kindly to that.
Still need 100 more, huh?
There's got to be at least 100 ale barrels here. Just strap them all
I praise
together.
the gods for wisdom. I was really hoping that would do something.
About what time of day is it now?
It's about 2 in the afternoon. We only have so much time.
Does anybody else have any ideas?
Ford the river.
Watch them all drown.
Oh man.
For me, the choice is simple. Those that want to stay, stay.
Yeah.
It's their choice.
Well, what if there's more that want to leave than we have room for? What do you tell them?
Get on
Women
the
and children
side.
first, elderly next. And hopefully all the able can
This isn't a case of triage. I want to save everyone in my village. We need to come up with something.
So there's still about 100 left that won't be on boats.
Krot, go kill 100 people.
Okay. I'll start with the rich.
Start with the rich. No, I mean, if we dismantled some things, we'd get more timber. I suppose. Otherwise,
We don't have time to build boats.
I
At least
know.
not from scratch.
Top of the brass crab. That boat.
No, it's just made to look that way.
Alright. We'll take Vogler and push it somewhere else.
Hey! Oh! Hey, Bob.
Push!
Push! Alright, let's get the carp.
Oh shit! No, I don't know. Do we have any allies fishing this water that we can send a boat out to and ask?
Well, at that, one of the villagers raised his hand. I've got an old boat back in my house. It might need a little repairs, but... And then at that, several others raised their hands. Yeah, I've got a boat that's just been collecting dust.
I
Not
thought
every
we
boat's
counted all the boats.
Not every boat's on the river.
Get it
How long would it take? How long would it take for some of these boats to just row across to the other side
Calendar.
with strong, able men, manning the oars? How long?
Let's see, how wide is this? Pull up the map. Let me remember. Where's the map?
Kelly,
What?
do you know the spell mending?
Yeah.
Does mending work on ships? The older ships?
Pretty sure it does.
It's
Depends on.
Yeah, the size of the damage.
It would take a while. The
1
river is
foot
2
in any
miles wide.
dimension.
Can you ritual cast it? Would ritual casting it be faster than just them trying to repair the
No,
boat?
there's no
cantrip.
ritual casting.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
It's just a cantrip.
Oh, it's just a cantrip?
Yeah. Where have you been?
Take
How long
2
does it
hours
take?
to send?
More people are saying that they do have boats, like at home and stuff.
Well,
Right.
let's get those.
Someone will need to make a persuasion check.
I will say it's like, okay, well, we need to get every boat or anything that floats here. Grab as many people as we can. Damn.
What is with this party not being able to talk to people?
I will growl loudly!
Like a lot of people?
Oh, alright. I thought that was.
Yeah,
I thought that
no,
was me enough. I was about to get real.
Like Agnew from Futurama.
Oh.
I was about to, but I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, with that, several of them admit. I mean, they'll be able to make the repairs quickly with some help. Other people talk about they've just got them, that they haven't used them, and there are even some people who have decorative boats that could be repurposed. And with that, it will add. It'll take another 2 hours, but it will fit another 100 people. You've got.
The rich
enough
guy has a
room.
big ass boat in his backyard.
What time of the day is it right now?
By the time all of this will be done, it'll be 5.
But before it's done.
It's currently 2.
And what would you need to understand the catapult on top of the castle?
In order to understand siegecraft, it'd probably
More
be
intelligence than you have.
Intelligence, yeah.
Not necessarily for
And
me.
training. If you don't have training, disadvantage on the roll.
'Cause it's also a crude item.
Well, no, it's not only that. This is a specific, like, clockwork gnome invention. It's not a normal catapult.
Should have known.
God damn it.
I hope you fall off and drown.
Can we tell which
Such
way
is.
the catapult is currently aiming?
It is aiming out, like to the north.
Hmm. And the mercenaries are holding somewhere behind the gate, I'd imagine.
The mercenaries are going to hold further up the road to try and keep them from getting within range of the village.
Hmm. Damn, I really want to use that catapult. Ask if anyone knows about the catapult on the tower, Sam.
Does anyone around here know how to operate a catapult besides Declan? Mizunaki keeps bugging me about it.
Becklin and no.
Never mind.
See, Mizunaki? I told you so.
It would make sense to use it, though.
I understand that it would make sense to use it. But the one
Then
person
why
that
would we
knew...
not exhaust our options? You're being an idiot.
The person that knows how to do it is not here.
That's why I said ask. You were so upset about asking.
And I did ask.
Yeah. Finally.
We should go around town making sure that everybody's getting ready. So by the time all the boats are fixed, we can shore off.
Well,
Push off, you mean?
Yes.
you do that, and by about 5 o'clock, everything is ready. Nonetheless, you still keep, what is the term? Corralling villagers, making them head towards the wharf. When suddenly, hounding hooves sound from the direction of the river gate, as a mercenary of the ironclad regiment rides toward the village circle. As he nears, he yells, "They're coming! Evacuate now! The dragon—" The message is cut short as a squat, hooded figure launches from a nearby cliff top and slams into the rider's back, sending the horse and rider tumbling.
I mean, are most people already by the boats and ready to evacuate?
Yeah, most of them, but it's taking time to launch that many boats and get everyone on there orderly. But you guys are near the entrance. You happen to all be near the entrance to the town when somebody rode into the gate, started shouting that, and then immediately got tackled off their horse.
Well, I'm gonna firebolt the guy that jumped on him.
Well, looks like we get to hold them here.
Yep. And hopefully they save us a boat.
Go pen.
How about that?
Die.
Hopefully I don't.
You know why heels were so funny?
Hmm?
You're hilarious.
You know why chickens are funny?
No, don't.
Because.
Oh.
Go, please riddle him full of arrows.
Come on, that's a good one.
I hate that.
Our viewers are gonna laugh at that.
Edit
All
it out.
two of them.
All two of them. They're my favorite. You guys just know that. You two viewers.
I hate that that's become so popular.
You and me both, Joe. You and me both.
Oh.
Oh,
So what are we doing, Joe?
I think he's rolling stuff.
Loading up a map.
Hey, there I am.
I don't see anything.
I don't
Be
see
over
a lot.
here. That's it.
Why do none of you...
I can see, but
I see right here.
I see
Yeah,
myself.
I see
Here.
That's
I see
right there.
here, then over here. So I see. Oh,
weird.
I'm up
It's all
here.
dark around me.
Yeah,
I know.
I don't
it's-
see anybody else.
The lighting is doing weird stuff.
My goblin body.
Did that change anything?
Nope.
The dynamic
did
learning is
it.
not working so well with this map, is it?
Fine.
Whoa.
There we go.
I just turned off the lighting. But yes, you see him being attacked.
I wanted to fire.
Is that a woman?
Woman.
It's the generic scout token. It's not a named character.
We gotta save that scout.
And remember, don't stab this thing in the neck.
Oh, wait, I got some houses. Well,
I love my +4 to initiative.
Damn.
we got a 6.
Everybody in initiative?
Think so.
Mizunaki, you're at the top.
Move here. Ba, 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 ba.
Why are you hiding behind me?
Using sharpshooter. I'm also going to use my fighting spirit. Give myself advantage. And then I am going to shoot that guy in the face.
Self face.
Damn. 16.
It plinks off his armor.
Damn. It's everything I do.
Careful.
How tall are the buildings?
Depends on which one.
The one I'm right next to.
This one here, it's about 12 feet up.
So I'm going to climb up it then.
Then you'll need to make an athletics check.
Does that have to be athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics. You slide right down.
Lame.
Climbing and jumping are athletics. Acrobatics is doing stuff once you're in the air.
Alright, then I'm going to try to shoot him. What's that?
Your bow plinks off his armor. Your arrows mean nothing to him.
He threw his bow again?
I'm gonna move up here then,
No, no.
right next to them.
Yes, he threw his bow again.
Yeah.
Wait then, why are you in here twice, Mizunaki? Why is everybody in here twice?
I'm only in there once.
Yeah, I only see once.
Oh, I didn't clear it from last time.
Oh, that's like a you problem.
Alright, I should be able to
I'll go
figure
again though. I mean,
out 3, no.
according to ours,
Yeah,
the
I
scout
can-
is next.
I can see what your current initiatives are, and I'm just deleting the old ones. Yours was the same as it was last time. No, but
I'm telling you, that the +4 is great.
Right.
Yeah, that feels pretty good for me.
well, the scout stands up. Proceeds to try and fight back.
Tell him to get back. Retreat.
No.
Tell him to disengage.
Disengage.
Alright, someone actually tell him to run past us.
I was gonna say, why that way?
So they can go tell the people.
Well, the creature begins to slice and dice. And you see them die.
Pop me up. That's what I thought. Get out of here.
Why me?
Naomi. Naomi.
I am thinking, I'm sorry.
I lost you.
I put out my spiritual weapon.
Alright. What is your spiritual weapon? Like, what kind of weapon is it? Oh, you're right.
Look at the ship.
It can't get through his armor. Propped.
Is this a regular house right here?
Yep.
I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna go in it.
Go inside the house.
Oh my god.
Yep. And I'm gonna
Okay.
loot
I'm
20.
going.
Start looting from these poor fishing village. It's already losing everything.
Yep.
No, but
No, it's me. This is Noboru's at the top. On
You
mine,
delete me?
Yeah, you deleted Sam.
yeah, because on mine it says Noboru is at 23 for the initiative.
That's Mizunaki.
that's Mizunaki.
Yeah.
It's because both of them were 6.
Ah,
I've got your actual. I've got.
because I know,
that sounds good.
because I know I'm fraud for 6.
Yeah. I deleted the current one because it was 6, both from your last combat and this combat, so I wasn't sure which one was which. I should have double checked.
I do not have an advantage, right? He is not
No.
engaged with.
Naomi's not
She's-
doing melee. But nonetheless, you managed to find the weak points in his armor.
Sam, try clean his petrification sack.
No, I don't want to do that again.
You keep stabbing him.
And that is me.
Duval,
Okay. I am going to do Mind Spike. Must make a wisdom save. 14.
wisdom save. He fails.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
It's a leveled spell. I was thinking it was some kind of
No.
You see his eyes roll back into his head as he begins to froth at the mouth, and he falls to the ground. And
Don't expect
As he
that to be the
does.
last.
gas begins to emit from him.
I'm gonna
Son
jump
of a.
Druval,
back.
Naomi, and Nobuto. All of you make con
No!
saves.
Not again.
You all manage to quickly cover your mouths and noses quickly and step away as the gas leaks out.
I'm gonna back up
So,
over
kill these guys from a distance.
Try to.
See, now if we had the catapult, we could knock down the gate here and buy us even more time.
Nonetheless, it would seem the attack is happening now.
Well, I think we should get to the docks.
Agreed.
And hopefully they left us a boat.
I was gonna say, there's 400 people in the village. Is that counting us?
Well, you get to the docks, and there you see Mayor Raven doing her best, working alongside Derek, trying to get villagers onto the boats. The villagers remain eerily quiet, lowering themselves into them. But panic washes over the crowd as cloaked figures emerge at the edge of the cliff above Vogler. The figures linger for a moment, step off the edge, and then you see wings sweep from beneath their cloaks.
Oh, great.
Of course they fly. What else could we expect?
Derek draws his sword. We have to help. Give the villagers more time. We need to go in there and deal with anything that's coming into the village right now.
Agreed.
Well, then let's go have a party.
Oh, run out into the village. See
People
if this-
dropping things.
What?
If people are dropping things as they're running, I'm picking whatever I see.
Not very many people are dropping things. What is up with this? Why is this dynamic lighting so weird?
That guy over there dropped his pocket. Go get it. What did what did Brian manage to loot?
You stole. The only thing you really find of value was a vase that you think would be worth at least 20 gold.
Sell it back to the villagers.
Dynamic lighting is not working on these. None of your characters have health bars on my screen. You guys health bars?
It's
Yep.
a moment ago.
I didn't see any when I moved.
Yeah, none of yours in there.
Invincible.
I have to reset everybody's tokens to reapply them to their character sheet.
This part of town. Excellent.
From between buildings sprint a number of cloaked invaders, their clawed feet gouging the dirt and paved stone. They come at you with their fierce blades held above their reptilian heads.
The house part this time. No! He's blocking my way.
At first I was going to ask, who's this one with
We
the
need to
creepy
hurry.
smile? But then I forget that was,
That you can?
No! Why am I out here? This is off.
Yeah, this looks like it could be painful.
it's about to be.
Oh, anytime to go loot, it's right now.
Now, Joe, is the old initiative's gone?
Yes.
Whoa!
I'm
Ooh!
going to get a 6 again.
Why?
I got a 5 again.
I got a 60 on time, don't worry.
Well, we're all going last other than Mizunaki and Naomi.
I'm not meant to go steal shit, apparently.
I mean, looking at the enemies and things too.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, that was
Oh, look at Darren! Oh,
Get him! Darren!
Barrett's pumped.
Darrett immediately runs up to fight the first one,
Oh, money.
and he pulls out his amazing claymore.
Oh, you stick on the ground and sleep on it? I need the rest.
However, he's not able to get past its defenses.
He's level 5.
What do you mean he's level 5?
He just got 2 attacks.
NPCs get multi-attack much earlier than players. Naomi,
Are we NPC?
Can I be an NPC?
I'm gonna give it to him.
healing?
Well, according to the description, it's like a 5+.
Aid? Not familiar.
Each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5.
Oh, it increases hit point maximum. Okay. Then... Alright.
Those 3. And that's my turn.
Alright. Mizunaki.
Alan just pulled back a little bit. Guess I'll fire at this one.
Which one? Closest
Cool.
one? Yep,
Yeah.
thought so.
Take that off. Let's take that off. Boof.
It gets very close, but goes right past him.
Ah!
At your turn.
Um, action search. And I'm gonna try again. Damn it! That's it. That's all I got. Go ahead and kill us.
He runs up to Griffle. What is your armor class?
Leave me alone.
15.
He hits you twice
Good, you got him in life.
for a total of 10 piercing damage. This one runs up to assist its ally, going after Darrett. Can't land any blows. So moves up to get the melee with Mizunaki. However, he's not able to get through your armor. Griffle!
Disengage. Bonus action. I'm moving up here. And then
Oh,
I'm going
man.
to shoot the one that's closest to me.
Alright. You hit him.
It's about time.
You do have sneak attack. He's engaged with Mizunaki.
Even better.
Oh no. Oh no! I gotta make a Constitution save now!
He roars in pain but does not go down.
Oh!
Why do I?
No,
get,
but
why do I get the feeling that I'm gonna end up surrounded at one point here?
So I'm gonna.
how did you get there?
You walked?
You can't walk. Okay. I'll just make sure you're not jumping over rooftops here.
No, I made sure to check. How did?
No, he
did
went
the
under it.
pathing. I can't really go underneath that because there'd be a building there.
He dug a hole. I came out the other side.
Yeah, 'cause I'm a mole man. Sorry,
No.
Mizu.
You are?
I
You
forgot
just
to
used
tell
my
you.
necklace spell from 3rd edition. Great claws.
Alright.
That's right.
What are you doing, Nobuto? Come on, Nobuto.
Well, I'm striking at that one.
Advantage. Don't find the weak spot. But that time you do. 6 piercing.
This is me.
Prot.
I'm gonna crap my way away from that guy over here. And I'm gonna shoot him.
Alright. In the flurry of blows and attacks that is happening, the arrow goes right past him.
I'm done.
Druval.
Alright. Well, I'm going to Eldritch Blast this one. And then
Alright.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point to twin spell it to attack the one next to it.
I keep forgetting you're also a sorcerer.
No, I just have the
Oh,
feat
you-
meta magic.
You took Eldritch Blast. Oh, okay.
So.
Well, fire twice. First one.
First one.
It hits the wall behind him.
Second.
Way too high. Right over his head. This is your go.
Yep.
You guys are gonna get backed into a corner that you can't run from.
I'll climb my way out of the corner if I have to.
He stabs you once for 7 piercing.
No.
Meanwhile,
Wait.
this one.
What do
he
you-
can't move away.
One did he stab?
This one turns to try and fight Nobuto, stabbing with his short sword. But you block his attacks.
Yay for dual wielding.
Darrett, however, meanwhile, decides to go after the one that he has advantage on. And he lands a blow with his great sword. 9 slashing. Naomi.
Is anyone like on the brink of death?
I don't think so.
Riffle's a little hurt.
Oh yeah.
But I wouldn't say on the brink of death. But he needs to tell you that. He decides how bad he is.
I mean, you did say it hurt when it happened. I am about half.
I'm gonna aim at this guy.
Alright. Dex save. He succeeds. That's your turn.
Yeah.
Mizunaki.
I swear if these guys somehow have Sentinel, I'm gonna move up here.
All right. The opportunity attack.
Yep.
Not disengaging.
Nope.
He lands his blow for 4 piercing.
And he's also the one who's damaged, right?
Yep.
Shooting him. Gonna try anyway. This time with a fighting spirit.
Stop. The messenger app won't stop giving me notifications. You hit.
Yeah. But he was already pretty badly damaged.
With that, you see the gas start spewing out of his neck as he falls to the ground.
Does he have to make a Constitution save?
Let me double check.
I mean, personally, I think they would be immune to that, but who knows?
I would think they'd be immune too. But...
You see him turn to stone.
No, my God! Well, that's the end of my turn.
He is now stone.
Someone go make a melee attack against it.
This one.
I'm gonna back it over.
One
Push it
attack
over.
against Darren.
I'm gonna jump up this one onto
One
him.
attack against Nobuto, managing to land neither blow. This one's dead. Griffle!
I shall shoot it. This one. And miss.
Miss. Hit the wall.
It's
your
low.
Then I am going to try to move back here. And from these boxes, try and climb up.
Make an athletics check. One of the boxes breaks under you and you fall into the box.
He's
What
hidden.
is climbing?
That's it.
Nobuto.
You go for the same one?
Can't quite get through the armor. But you do find the weak points eventually. And with that, you hear it gurgle as gas seeps out.
No, no.
Oh,
No!
he's back! I stabbed you!
You begin to turn to stone. But Jarrett maintains himself.
I already hate these things.
You are currently restrained.
They have such a high armor class. You don't want to be near him.
I'm gonna climb up him, jump up him, and land on him.
Athletics and then an acrobatics.
Well, I can't do athletics. I'm sorry, Joe.
You could just
If you want to climb,
walk here and then walk here.
so you're trying to climb over him.
Oh, I was gonna climb up him, jump off him, onto him.
Climbing off the stone one and then jumping on.
Climbing up this, climbing up this leg guy, jumping on
Okay.
the stone guy.
So you climb up the guy that's there, and now make an acrobatics check to jump over onto the stone one.
I'm gonna jump onto him and knock him down on the ground.
All right. Then make a strength check to see if you can push the stone one over.
Oh my God! That is strength.
You're trying to push
shit.
over.
No!
You bounce off of him. He's a big,
Oh.
heavy stone dragon thing.
Oh. Can I go through him then? Since he's frozen.
Technically, but you'll have to disengage from. Oh, unless you want willing to take the opportunity attack.
Maybe I should engage. I'm just gonna roll over here.
All right. Did you disengage or did you take the opportunity attack?
I disengage. Bonus action disengage. Joe.
Well, I'm gonna say it took your action to try and push over the other one.
That's fine.
Is that your turn?
Fine. Yep.
Good
Just
luck.
roll. Roll my
Have either of these two been injured?
Well, this one's currently made of stone. But
Yeah.
no, nobody's hurt him. And this one has not been injured.
Well, I'm gonna toll the dead on him, and it's a wisdom save of 14.
Roll the dead. Not what I want to do. He fails.
Yay. Takes necrotic damage.
Should have heard him first. You should have heard him first.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was asking if he had taken any.
Well, you should have had him. It's a spell.
Well, now he is damaged. Next
Oh.
time.
Is that your turn?
In the first place.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
Yeah.
He attacks you twice, hitting you once for 7 piercing.
I did 7, he did 7. Eye for an eye.
Meanwhile, this one.
Go for flesh.
Nobuto beginning to turn to stone.
Did that one pass the saving throw?
Which one?
The one that
Oh
you-
yeah, yeah, he did.
Okay.
He turns and begins to focus now on Darrett. Landing 2 blows for 12 damage. But Darrett will fight back. Landing 1 hit for 8 slashing.
Can Sam be double petrified?
Naomi,
I mean, I don't suppose there's any way to stop you from turning to stone.
Will Sam get one more saving throw?
on
Did he
his
last
turn.
time? I don't remember. I guess you could bless him to give him an extra D4.
So, Sam, this guy, and this guy.
Move on. Bless.
Yay.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Mizunaki.
I must shoot at that one. 21.
You hit him.
Hoppa! Wow.
He hisses at the pain.
It's everything I can do.
Stone. This one is dead. Riffle.
I'm going to try to climb again.
You stand up, half your movement.
Yep.
Make another athletics check.
Oh,
You start getting halfway up the wall, but you're not on the rooftop yet.
does having second story work help me?
Is having what? Oh, yeah. You get all the way onto the roof, but
Oh.
that'll be all your movement,
Okay, then I'm gonna use my
unless you
bonus
dash.
action. Yep, I'm gonna dash. Try to dash to this corner.
All right.
And see, I don't think I can see
You can
the
see
corner of that
him
build.
barely. You can see part of him. He's
This
got
one?
cover. Yeah,
Okay.
he'll have partial
will.
cover.
Alright, I'm gonna try to.
'Cause
There.
that would have hit if he didn't have cover.
Of course it would have. That's it.
Nobuto. Make your con save. The stone begins to wear off, and you regain feeling and movement.
Alrighty. Then. Boop. Can I hold my breath?
You may attempt to, yes. You just say that that's what you're doing.
Okay.
You can attempt to. Would that be?
Hold my breath while I try to kill this guy.
Can't find the chinks in his armor.
Was that with advantage?
I forgot to turn it on.
So make another attack. You do find the chinks in his armor.
Maybe fail.
Keep stabbing him.
Yay! There we go.
And with that, he goes down. Make your con save.
Okay, you don't. It's not a breathing thing. It's just contact thing.
Yeah.
Son of a!
Roll your plus
got
fours!
plus,
right.
You've got plus! Roll the D4s!
But it's not.
No!
You begin to turn to stone once more. And so does Darren. Oh wait, Darren's got blessed.
Derek got blessed as well.
No, he's turning to stone.
So I'm just gonna look really annoyed.
What, third time?
Darren looks at his hands in horror as they begin to solidify. Crot.
I'm gonna stand up.
When were you falling down?
I just rolled over here.
Oh, you rolled.
Rolled away. Pulled a Dark Souls.
I'm gonna put my bow away, get my sword out.
Alright, that takes an action, bestow and draw.
You know. Let's see. No, I'll just drop it and bring my social out. And then we go. I'm gonna chop up this guy's leg.
Alright. It's gonna take a while, he's made of stone.
I'll chop away, Joe.
Well, he's not hard to hit, so you start picking
Chop away.
Yep. Yeah, you're chopping at the stone.
Yep. I'm gonna add 3 damage to that because of my ability.
Okay then.
All fury.
I'm glad you can afford to.
Is there a sneak attack because he's unaware of you?
No.
Oh,
I'm so glad you're
Duval.
wearing down your short sword like that.
I got a dagger.
Well, I am going to
I'll just steal another
toll
one.
the dead on the one in front of me again, since he's injured. Another wisdom save of 14.
I got another rogue with a short sword.
He fails again.
Yay. So he takes a d12 this time. And then... Oh, that almost beat max. And then I'm using my Genie's Wrath, which is once a turn I can deal an extra 2 fire damage. So, 13 damage altogether.
He roars in pain, but grits his teeth and stares you down.
I would have been sorry, like, oh, he's immune to fire. Oh.
That's my turn.
He tries to bring you down.
No.
What is your armor class?
10.
Oh.
He hits you once for 3. Darren tries to resist. And he does! Woo! He immediately runs to here. Brings his sword around, but fails. Naomi.
Speak now if you need healing.
None have spoken.
I'll hit this guy.
He's made of stone right now.
I'll not hit that guy. I'll hit this guy.
We will tap with this guy. He will fall.
He fails. With that, you see him catch his fire, try to pat it out, and then he falls to the ground, dead. No gas escaping.
Because he wasn't killed with any physical attack.
And I'm assuming between that, the rest of you would break apart the stone one, since he's defenseless, essentially.
Flying spit kick!
Well, we have to wait for Sam
Yep, you're right.
That's
Izunaki?
I'm gonna need to make a con save, aren't I?
Go.
No.
No,
Not for this one dying?
Nope.
I'm gonna push this guy over.
No! Push it on me!
No, I'm gonna put
Make a strength
this
check.
way. Ba.
Yeah, you push him to the ground and he breaks apart into pieces.
You should have been awesome and done a flying spin kick.
I'm trained in athletics, so though my acrobatics is the same amount as I trained as athletics anyways.
Is that your turn? Riffle.
Yeah.
I'm going up here and I'm going to try to jump across to the next roof.
Alright, athletics.
Oh, shit.
Oh, sure!
Yeah! And then I'm going to get up here to try and see what's going on.
Parkour.
Oh, I can go one more.
Is that your turn?
We did it!
Yeah, okay.
Noburo, make your con. You are not turning to stone anymore.
Finally.
Derek wipes the sweat from his brow. That was close. These things are harder to kill than I thought they'd be. Thank you for your help. Everybody make a perception
Give the
check.
boy a nod.
It's gold coin.
Perception? What are we perceiving?
Death incarnate.
Oh, that's pretty. Since I'm on the rooftop, do I get advantage?
Yeah, I would say you have advantage.
You need advantage?
I didn't need advantage. It could have been a little higher.
That's true.
Griffle. A distant flash of light catches your attention. Atop the cliffs, north of town, 3 figures on motionless horses sit in the shadows of the trees. You make out a glint of light on plate armor. But before you can even tell anyone, they vanish.
You choose an arrow.
How? The horses are motionless. They don't go anywhere.
You shall move it on the horse.
You may also make a history check.
Nope.
Yep. That's what I expected.
Not at all.
Man, those are cool donkeys. Instead of making a history check, he attacks him. His dragon.
Well, how is our evacuation going?
Well,
Let's
you
get
start to
out of
head
here.
back you head back to the wharf. The screams of villagers still evacuating onto boats ring through the smoke of burning buildings. Then you see something come into view. A group of more reptilian invaders as well as soldiers dressed in black and red armor.
Well, it's times again.
We need to just go.
You need to hold... Alright, Darrett is supposed to be here too. Darrett says, we need to hold the wharf! We have to give them time to get on the boats!
And of course, our initiative's gone again.
Yep.
I don't wanna. I'm gonna roll low.
Come on!
Yeah, man.
Time. Let me do something good.
I swear, if I get a 5.
13.
Oh, I got a 7.
You get a 5.
Jared, the
Didn't
scaredy
get a
cat
5.
now.
I got rid of your... Dang, it keeps getting rid of your health bars and stuff every time.
Mine's still there.
Oh, I'm putting them back on.
Oh.
I think we just need Kelly's.
I'll be right back.
Griffle, you have the initiative.
Well. Gonna shoot at this one then. Right away. And miss.
Which one? One of the...
This one.
These guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a miss.
Missed.
That your turn?
I'm going to back up to on top of these barrels.
Alright. This guy begins to run up.
No!
He has to dash to get to there.
Good.
This guy gets to here and begins to engage with Mizunaki.
Always been sieged already.
And he misses utterly, allowing an opening for Mizunaki to try and shoot at him.
With
he catches his
disadvantage.
sword. Yeah, but he catches his sword in the wood of the dock.
15.
Neither of you hit each other.
Oh, there goes one of my arrows.
Runs up to Krot.
Where's them?
Begins using his short swords, landing a single blow for 11 piercing. Mizunaki.
Has he already removed his sword from the wood that he got it caught in?
Yes.
Damn it! Ah! I'm moving back! I'm taking the opportunity damage!
Alright. He tries to swing at you, but misses.
Now I'm gonna shoot him. bitch face. Damn it!
Shot goes wide.
Oh man, what is with these slow rolls?
Hey Joe,
Yes.
my dex is down to 18 now.
Oh, it fixed itself?
Apparently.
Weird. Is that your turn, Mizunaki?
Yeah.
But now I need. Never mind.
Runs up to Noburo. And begins to swing. Not landing any blows. Rot!
How far is this dock bottom
What do you mean?
from this where he is to me?
Not quite 5 feet. Maybe like 4 feet. 3.5.
Didn't save that 20.
Gauge. And I'm gonna shoot him with my bow. Pew!
Clink. Off the armor.
That's my turn.
Noburo.
Well, I will go after the one in front of me. It's not a hit.
That hit, or no, not on him.
Of course not. Of course not. So yeah, I missed there.
Call the Noboru. Our focus should be the lighter armored ones.
That's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
You have to dash to get there. He's able to get there without dashing and begins to strike out. Landing a blow. Druval.
Well, going to toll the dead on the one in front of me. Wisdom save of 14.
Wisdom save. He succeeds.
Hey, now the death cleric.
Alright, nothing happens.
That your turn?
Yep.
Has anyone done any damage so far?
No.
Okay. Does not have advantage. Swings, hitting him once. There we go.
Garrett does better than all of us.
I'm telling you.
Heavy hitter.
I'm a thief. I steal stuff.
A mighty blow against the dragon army soldier. Griffel.
I will. Got the one right in front.
Oh, shoot the lizard.
Shoot the lizard.
Shoot the lizard right here.
No, that doesn't make any sense. When you take the ones that are have lighter armor.
This one.
Don't listen to him. He can't speak English.
You miss.
I'm so bad at rolling today. All the time.
He speaks nonsense.
You're all doing pretty poorly, honestly.
Yeah.
I always do poorly.
That's your turn.
Yep.
What about Ranger? I would have been fine then.
We have such nice pluses to our stuff.
I know.
The one in front of you, Draval, strikes out, landing a blow on you for... And as he does, his sword becomes alight with flame. He does 5 slashing and 4 fire.
They're definitely more dead.
This guy takes his chance to climb up. Looking back and forth, he decides that the Draconian has things under control and goes after the softer target.
On the back?
However, he continues to be an absolute idiot and throws his sword off to the side.
Alright, take it quickly.
The same one that stuck his sword into the wood.
You're not good at this, are you?
This guy.
That's it.
Neither are we.
Climbs up.
Alright, I'm coming back as a Ranger.
I'm not a close combat person.
Neither am
None of
I.
you are!
Yes.
They have 3 fighters and they're all
I'm
worthless
literally
at
the
close
only
range.
one for close range.
He
I
hits
can
you
do it
twice
when I
cross
hit level
with pain
5.
piercing.
I can. She can heal herself.
take 8 piercing crot as he swings his short sword at you.
No! Like 8?
8. Mizunaki.
You're down to 10.
Oh boy, I'm gonna shoot this guy again. I
You
tried
made a
to
party.
anyway.
You made a party with no tanks against an army that is all
I
melee.
assume Andre was to be a tank!
Why would everyone just assume that? 16.
Miss.
You usually are!
Ah,
Five dollars.
Catches it on his shield.
that's a misconception. Spiders are not always usually tanks.
So many of you are rolling below 10.
Yeah.
I'm not rolling. I'm hoping they
I know.
fail a save.
That your turn, Mizunaki?
It's everything I can do.
Well, this guy is gonna keep trying to hit Noburo. And he throws one of his swords out into the ocean. Or into the river.
I got
He only has one sword now.
Did you two train together?
Draw
Must
it.
have.
I guess I'll drop my sword and use my...
Maybe you guys should just give up.
Ooh, disengage.
You guys just give up.
Okay, I'm gonna disengage 1, 2.
Griffle,
Back here.
taunt the lizards.
I'm behind. And I'm gonna shoot my arrow at that lizard.
Use your secret weapon. Show them the right.
Weapon. God damn it.
You continue to miss.
Yeah, I know. I should have been a ranger. I knew I should have been a ranger.
Noburo.
So I am going to attack this guy.
Alright.
Will that give me an advantage since he's engaged? Yes.
Technically, yes. He's focusing on Duval.
Okay. Stabby stab in the back.
You stab him.
Uh-huh. Oh, what the? Why?
Somebody call 911. We're all dying on the dock floor. Whoa!
Is that your turn?
That's unfortunately all I can do.
This guy will now take his chance to strike at Naomi. And he sinks his sword into the wood.
Is this one a shell, Joe?
I thought
No,
these were
it's
supposed to be elite
not-
soldiers.
Yeah.
Well trained.
We are
Oh,
the
okay.
invincible army.
All thing here is the lead, the dragon people.
They're only invincible because, everybody feels sorry for them when they just keep driving their swords into the ground.
None of you can break their armor. They are invincible.
None of us are doing it.
Well, I've been attacking this damn lizard.
Duval.
Stop attacking the lizard.
Can I see the
Dangerous.
burning hands template again?
What is it again?
15
foot.
foot cone.
I'm gonna try and shoot her out that way and hit 3 of them.
It's kind of the plan.
Maybe I should be a wizard.
It would only hit him.
It would only hit him. If you're trying to fire it from a corner.
Or you could be a barbarian or a
What if
paladin.
I'm trying to fire it?
No, we can't do paladin. We
straight
have
out.
a divine person already.
Oh yeah. You could be a barbarian.
Could be a fighter.
Hunter.
You
Or
could be
you
a
could be a
melee
wizard.
fighter.
Technically, a wizard could be a fighter. There's a
What about the other way? Or this way?
for that.
So that you also hit.
Yeah.
You could do that to hit 2 of them.
I leave
Well,
for 2
okay.
seconds.
Well, hold
and
on,
you're trying
hold
to
on, hold on.
burn
No,
me
bring that
down.
one back. Bring that one back. What if you turn the cone down this way? Would you still be able to hit both of these? I wasn't looking if you did that already.
Nope.
No.
We haven't tried that one yet.
Yeah, let's see that one. Nope.
No.
I'll do this this one right here.
Alright. Burning hands on Noburo.
And I'm spending my last sorcery point to protect him. He automatically succeeds on this save.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a
that
dex
makes
of a
me
14.
like you a little less. I mean, like you a little
Dex
more.
save of 14.
Oh, you could twin cast and shoot one down this way.
Nope, twin cast is only targeting one,
I'm away.
unfortunately.
I'm away. but you have 2 hands.
Succeed with flying colors.
They succeed.
With flying colors.
Well, they still take half damage, I think. Yep. Oh, wow. Still some nice damage.
As you do that, the warrior in front of you simply laughs. Ha ha! You imitate the great dragons, but you are not one.
I'm also going to use my my genie thing. Once per turn, I can deal an extra 2 fire damage to him.
Pretty sure they're, probably resistant.
Don't care.
If he's laughing at you,
Is that
all
your
been
turn?
burned.
No turn.
He's pulling an Igris.
Damn.
He's immune to fire damage.
At least he has pants. Yep.
He swings,
Igris
He
has
hits.
black pants.
and he decapitates this one.
Bird's pants.
Oh, I'm
Then-
getting showed up by an adolescent boy.
He's not adolescent, he's just like 20.
Pretty sure he's younger than all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he probably is. He's just.
I doubt it.
Oh, I guess he's goblin
You're,
years.
yeah, you're
Griffel!
The guy's only 15.
I shall hit that one since I saw him get burned. But I'm going to use steady aim to give advantage and then not move.
Alright,
0.
fire away.
Oh,
You
now
hit
I
him.
roll well.
You plunk him
Man.
directly in the head, and he falls over.
Didn't even need sneak attack.
No, you didn't.
That's 1 or 2. Oh yeah, he's killing them all down there. That's it. That's all I can do.
Alright. Oh, I totally forgot. I'm supposed to do this.
Oh, the turn thing?
Yeah.
That's fine. We're okay. We don't need it.
Kraken.
Oh, we're crack-a-lacking.
Oh.
No.
What is that?
No. Have enough on my hands. Don't need another
Oh,
one.
is that a dragon?
You see another more slim-looking reptilian beast wandering out onto the streets, clutching at its face.
Another one of these ugly things.
Why is it clutching its face? Prot, what did you do to it?
But that was your
What do you-
turn, Griffel?
You looked at it? Speaking your fine language? You and what's his name over here on the dock? Across
This
from me?
guy strikes out and missing utterly as he tries to strike at Druval. He is dead. This one turns, facing what it believes to be the greater threat. Striking out at Darrett, but he blocks the attacks. Mizunaki!
Alright, I'm gonna shoot this one now. Boom. My god!
Just keep firing randomly over all their heads. I mean, they are below everybody else, and you're trying not to hit your own team.
But I ignore cover.
I know. You're not much of a sharpshooter.
I don't.
It's the game trying to tell you weren't supposed to be a ranged fighter.
It's been a fighter.
Is that your turn?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but did you take your half damage from the burning hands?
He was
succeeded.
protected.
I
Half.
wasn't quite sure what Tyler was meaning. He didn't clarify.
You save, so you take half.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah.
automatically save. Yeah.
Oh,
But this
I
guy,
did say you automatically save.
You said I was protected. You didn't say anything about automatic save.
that's what he did say. He said you will auto save.
Yeah. I said you were protected, and then when
Hey,
you auto
protected
save,
was an
then I
auto
forgot that even if you saved, you did take damage. I'm like, oh
So 7.
yeah. Yeah.
7 damage.
Yeah, I
And then
tried.
this guy stabs you for another 7. Krot.
I'll I'm gonna use my steady aim and hit this guy over here. Steady aim for the win!
You hit him! Sneak attack. You hit him in the neck, and he goes down!
Oh, my power!
Naomi, make your con save.
That's for the day.
Keep forgetting to turn it off every time I hit it. Fine.
Say, it hasn't been 10 minutes yet, right? So Darrett would still have his +4.
Bless.
This guy begins to turn to stone.
I forget that I still had the bless too.
Naomi, you need to make a con save.
Has she been here?
Oh no, that's 1 minute.
She did something on her last turn.
I don't see any initiative for her.
You're right.
Have we just been forgetting about her this entire time?
Oh no!
She hasn't said anything.
No.
Okay, if I die, I'll come back as a tank.
She didn't say anything, but she seems to have gone to bed. She wasn't feeling well. I will make her saves. I didn't even notice. But let's see. Oh yeah, her stuff is all on roll 20, so I can't do it.
It's still in the troop chat too.
Yeah, she literally, I think, just like she walked away from it and crawled into bed. Everything's still set up out there.
Let's see.
What's up your roll for?
But yeah, because she uses roll 20, I can't access her character sheet.
Go to your computer and roll.
You mean D&D Beyond?
Or yeah, D&D Beyond. She doesn't use roll 20. But she would probably just back off and try to go with the villagers to escape. Help them escape. I apologize, your healer is out.
It's alright.
Nonetheless. Nobodo.
Alright, Lizard Man. I guess we'll continue with him. Stab. Oops. I need to hit that.
I will allow you to take the roll because it was the same either way.
Oh.
But turn it off for your next attack.
Yep, I got it.
You hit him.
Then I'll spend my final key points. Do flurry of blows.
Now can you use your second attack?
It's a bonus action. That that second
Okay.
attack that I normally do, that's
Yeah.
counted as bonus action.
I know.
So in order to do my flurry of blows,
Oh,
and spend-
flurry of blows and bonus action. Okay.
Yes, they're both
Well,
bonus actions.
That misses.
One just cost me.
And that also misses.
I would have had better chance of actually stabbing him. But that is me.
This guy tries to see if he can resist. And he does. Stops turning to stone. This guy's dead. Druval!
Well, I'm gonna target this one, or is this one here in front of me injured?
Nope.
No. Oh, I know he is, so I'm gonna target him with Toll the Dead. Wisdom save of 14.
save. He fails.
Yay! Takes extra damage now. Plus an extra 2 fire damage.
You see him fall to the ground. No gases released.
And, I'll stay there.
Alright. This guy continues to wander, seemingly aimlessly. Darrett jumps down, gets to here, and begins to hit him.
Did no one teach you how to flank, boy?
I mean, he's currently not engaged in melee with anyone.
Oh.
Joe, was I supposed to do a con save?
No!
Okay.
He got killed by magic.
It's a new turn, Joe.
Yep. The villagers from the boats shout to you, trying to offer their support. Noburo, you have advantage on one of your next rolls that you choose.
Yay!
Griffle.
I'm going to steady aim again and go after this one.
You hit. 7. And another 5. He grunts as he takes the pain, but keeps fighting. Is that your go?
Yep, I'm done.
Can't move.
He strikes out at Druval and lands a blow for 5 slashing and 2 fire. This guy is dead. Mizunaki.
I'll try and shoot this guy again. Ba-ba-da-boo. Dee-ba-dee-ba-doo. What the hell? Seriously, I'm gonna roll like 15 times real quick. That's my turn.
Trot.
I'm gonna shoot that guy. Let's do Jackie Chan there.
Alright.
Well, he does kind of look like Jackie Chan.
He does.
Ba-de-ba-de-ba-de. You hit him. You hit him right through the throat. Blood pours down, and he falls to the ground. Garrett looks up, nods your direction.
You have some sneaky cheese look.
Anything else, Crot?
Oh, I'm done. Can only attack one.
Noburo.
Peace sake.
Oh, I have +8 to hit.
Yep, and you've been rolling like 4s.
It's my dice weighted. Joe, did you fuck me?
You're Brad playing real life, Andre. It's this. You mess with your. Yeah, you rolled 20.
Alright, so I'm going to stay where I'm at. And I'm going
Alright.
to throw that using that advantage.
Alright,
At Dagon.
you hit him.
Dragon guy there.
Oh, I got the dragon.
And then I'm going to drink my health potion.
As that happens, you hit it.
Gotta make it explode.
I'm gonna shoot the fireball at you.
You hit it, and you see its scales and skin begin to shrivel and turn to dust. And then as its bones appear, the bones explode with force.
I'm really glad I threw that.
You're very good. It had a 10-foot radius, so everything was just barely out of reach of him.
No sun for us. The health potion
your
is 2d4?
2d4 plus 4, plus 2. That's your turn. I take it that is your turn?
No, I thought you heard me say yes.
Druval.
Well, I'm gonna do a little bit of Toll the Dead on this guy. Gonna hear some bells ringing. Wisdom save 14.
I just imagine he's
Fails.
sitting there with a bell, just ring, ring.
No,
Ring.
they only hear the bell in their head. I think.
Ring my bell.
He still hasn't been damaged.
Yeah, he has.
I guess.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
hit.
Takes extra damage. Plus 2 fire damage.
Wow.
damage.
Wow. Way
That your
to
turn?
go, my friend.
Yep, that's it.
I think Joe's hacking D20.
No,
Roll
not
20.
yet.
We got the sound of bells fill the air around it for a moment.
He can't quite land a blow.
Ding dong. Won't he get advantage? Because
No, because you're not doing melee.
I mean, he's still doing melee to me.
Yeah. Nonetheless, You hear the sound of the villagers begin screaming and shouting as they point on. A word that comes up that is unbelievable. Dragon!
Griffle, put it away!
Yes.
As it comes into view, pitching this way and that, its scales clanking. A black beast draws near the wharf. Flames crackle from its gaping maw.
Dive into the water. Dive into the water.
What kind of dragon is that?
That's wheels.
There's a wheel dragon. The Transformer.
Yes.
That's a Warforged dragon.
I was gonna say, I guess we'll find out what kind of dragon it is.
Okay, I'm hamstringing him, and we're diving into the water.
You're going to hamstring a tank.
No, he's gonna hamstring Tyler. And Tyler
Tyler.
Okay.
Oh, tank.
So that's actually what it looks like.
Oh,
That is what it looks like. That is the
Wheels and all.
token for it.
anyone
That is the
have
token for it.
ideas of how to deal with that?
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
think
gonna shoot it.
That looks cool.
I'm gonna climb aboard and take it. Sneak people. Activate sneak mode.
Why does this feel like deja vu, Joe?
We might want to go.
You are very lucky. You see the flames inside of it seemingly grow brighter, and then suddenly grow dim as smoke comes up from its main body. Griffle,
Oh, it didn't get its attack off.
I am going to see. I'm gonna do a concept, see if I just watch it. Whoops, not supposed to be. Okay. I think. Well, I'm going to attack this guy.
all right?
Normally. And
Miss.
miss, I guess. And then I'm going to move backwards and say, "Let's get out of here."
The villagers help you try to get aboard the boats, and Mayor Raven even calls out, "We need to leave! The town is lost!" This guy looks back and forth, decides to keep attacking the person he believes to be the weaker, and he hits Druval for 5 slashing and 1 fire.
5 slashing and 1 fire.
Mizunaki.
I'm using
man.
my fighting spirit.
Come on, man. I believe in you.
I'm shooting this bitch and I'm going home.
You going across the sea again?
Damn it! Why? Seriously?
You keep rolling so low!
I don't.
Never roll higher than 10!
Oh,
You haven't even rolled a 10, I don't think.
I think he has.
I hit people last fight.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this battle.
If I rolled
Hey,
a
your
10,
turn.
I probably would have hit him.
Hey, your
I'm
turn.
leaving.
Krot,
Old guy alive. Pachow!
you hit him. An attack of sneaks.
Go!
You hit him,
I'm gonna leave.
pierces his armor, and he falls to the ground. No, but
We're leaving.
your knife.
You two better follow.
Druval,
He needs to make a wisdom save of 14.
all right. It doesn't, because
Must
you're not
you
targeting anything
antagonize it?
alive. You're targeting a machine, not a creature.
Still takes psychic damage, can't it?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Only physical attacks.
Player knowledge, you can't see its crew.
We'll deal with you later.
That means never.
And
Well,
Darrett
you might have a tank.
also runs up the dock.
A second dragon.
Comes on the
Gets to there, and then you see its mouth open wide as flames begin to expel.
We're all dead.
Kill me.
That's so cool.
I'm carrying these barrels. I should be safe. Run, Indians, run!
And short.
Oh,
Well, I think we're screwed regardless.
This is a quick campaign, guys.
Everyone make a dex
Hold on.
save.
How far back are the boats, Joe? Because a lot of us would have ran all the way to them.
I know, but it gets one attack on you. Make dex saves as it, because yeah.
Yes.
Why?
A good.
I am good at making dex saves, but I don't think it'll matter. Oh, I'm sorry. I saved.
Oh god.
Griffle will make it.
All by himself.
No, I'm pretty sure I'll survive.
I ain't gonna survive.
No, I'm not gonna survive. I'm dead.
I was full on hell. That damn dragon did some damage to me.
I still
Any-
have to,
Let's see. So it looks like Mizunaki and Griffle are the only two that save. You only take 11. The rest of you take 22 fire damage.
I couldn't take a weapon.
Griffle down. Griffle down.
Oh, my
How much is
lord.
it negative?
We'll
was
see
it?
your negative. Your
Just
full.
negative -2 for me.
Is it 22?
How negative are you?
I'm negative 21,
What is your total health?
25.
Yeah, you have to equal your
Ooh,
negative,
okay.
your total
Ooh,
and
that's
negative.
Oh,
Don't
thank
get
you.
hit again.
But
Oh,
with
I'm
that,
down.
the villagers and Derek drag you all aboard, and you get on the boats and send off down the river.
Man, he needed 5 more damage to kill me.
I'm so glad that rolling a nat 1 on that didn't just, like, give me extra damage on that. All the rolls for me to get a 9 on.
So, player knowledge, it's set up where that battle starts with that thing on the field.
That
was like,
seems
no.
ridiculous.
No, I feel like this is a huge understatement. The enemies in this campaign are way overpowered for their level.
So I'm guessing somebody gets me up.
Yeah, after a while, they manage to stabilize all of you.
I was fine dying.
I only took a total of 1 point of my maximum health. I'm fine.
Good for you.
But as you're pushing away, you see one man running up the side of the dock, shouting, "Hold the boat!" As he runs through the smoke-shrouded streets.
I hope
What's his name, isn't it? Which guy? I know she's that.
He is clad in the armor of the Ironclad Regiment.
Oh.
As he runs up, he jumps and barely makes it onto the last boat. And you see him clatter onto the ground and lose what he was holding in his hands, a horned helmet.
He's lucky I'm unconscious. I would have stole the horn helmet.
Declan.
You recognize him as Aleya Van Druskia, Cudgel's lieutenant.
it's Cudgel's helmet.
Cudgel's helmet, that's... Do you pay attention?
No.
But yes, they both are dead, basically, I'm assuming.
I mean, you immediately recognize it is a helmet of the Knight of Solamnia.
It can be captured.
Well, Vogler in flames amid the columns of smoke rising from the village. You see invaders looting the remains. The villagers that are with you don't look away. They watch until their home is nothing more than a red and black smear. Along the
That
river's
base
edge.
is stole. Victory is mine!
The evacuation boats carry all that remain of Vogler down the Vingard toward an uncertain sanctuary in Kalaman.
I have robbed them from that base. They can't have. That's 20 less gold they have in their pockets. Next goal is still that dragon tank.
Eventually, Jayev sits up and tells you the battle with the Red Dragon army was an absolute defeat. We were too few in number, and they had weapons that were beyond us. There was nothing we could do to stop them. They're coming for Vogler. There's nothing that can stop that army. Peklin and Cudgel did their best to orchestrate a retreat. I have no idea what happened to them. We scattered. We were routed. I barely made it back to the village. We didn't even have time to set up a regroup point. I have no idea where we'll rendezvous.
Excuse me while I practice firing arrows into the water.
He throws so low, he still misses.
Somehow you shoot it straight up into the air.
We only need 2 more turns, guys!
But with that, you begin to head down the river. You all get a milestone.
Okay.
And I believe we'll let you level up, and then you will be fully leveled for next session.